guys, today we will do chapter number 2. Thank you, Rinku. Children are often initiated into the world of books by their elders or friends. Read this write-up where the author expresses her heartfelt gratitude to her friend Rinku, who took pains to develop in the author's heart a love for reading. I remember the last time I saw Rinku. We were leaving Kankroli. My father was changing his job again. I was leaving Rinku, and I knew we might never meet again. I was 6 and Rinku 7 when we first met. We had just moved to Kankroli from Jamshedpur into a house that nestled between trees and fields. Rinku lived a few houses from ours, and unlike my sister and me, was an only child. The equation between Rinku and me was simple. She was the boss, and I was expected to obey her every command. Rinku probably saw in me the little sister she never had and protected me. She introduced me to fish, to butter rice, to lace stockings, and most importantly to books. Until then, I had been happy to listen to my mother's reading of Amar Charitra Katha at bedtime. I hadn't picked up a book and read it myself. But Rinku changed all that. The first book she made me read was The Yellow Story Book by Enid Blyton, a collection of stories about elves, pixies and goblins. I refused to read it. It seemed too hard. We discussed it for days, and at last, as I was used to, I relented and agreed to read only 2 stories. I did and was hooked. Rinku sat next to me for hours, watching me move my lips. In the next instant, she was teaching me how to read in mind. In my entering the fairy world of Enid Blyton, Rinku derived a satisfaction and thrill. Her next project was to coax me into reading novels without pictures. The thought of reading a 200-page book with a single story was challenging, but like before, Rinku used all her persuasive skills to get her way. As I entered the magic world of Mallory Towers and St. Clair's boarding school stories of girls having secret mind night parties, the famous 5 and the secret 7, I realized I had stumbled upon a beautiful world that I could retreat to any time I wanted. My hunger for books grew as I grew older, and I went quickly from Enid Blyton's books to reading the Nancy Drew series, to authors like R.K. Narayan, James Herriot, Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie, and P.G. Wodehouse before I turned 13. The 2 golden years with Rinku came to an end when we moved from Kankroli. That day, as I looked out of the car window and waved to her, my young mind understood that I was leaving behind a very special person, a friend who had opened up a world of treasures for me, a mentor who had taken pride in my growth. We would be forever connected by her priceless gift, a gift that I was eager to pass on. And pass on I did when my son turned 6 by Purnima Kulathu. Thank you, friends.